All right, another late night West Coast game in the books. This time, not the result we were looking for. If you're a Celtics fan, if you're a Kings fan, you're very, very pleasantly, well, not necessarily surprised, but you're happy. Celtics just, man, could not get it done, especially closing out quarters tonight. They did a really poor job at the end of quarters tonight, and that reared its ugly head as the Kings were able to come back from small to medium-sized deficits multiple times in this game. The Celtics just were not able to hold a lead at all. Just kept letting the Kings get back into it, and you end up dropping the game 116 to 111. Really a bad loss based on the schedule up ahead here when you're taking on the Clippers on Friday and the Jazz after that. These are the games, the game yesterday against Golden State and this game against the Kings. These are the ones on your West Coast trip that you really had to have. And tonight was one that you had in the bag multiple times and just kept blowing leads. Granted, I mean, not 20-point leads, but still, if you're a really good NBA team, you don't constantly blow leads, and the Celtics constantly blow leads. That's despite the effort of Jason Tatum tonight, who came one rebound shy of his second career triple-double, 27 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds, and 2 steals in the night for Tatum. Didn't shoot great from the floor, just 2 of 10 from 3, but was starting to pick it up in the fourth there, but really did a good job facilitating with the lack of point guards tonight. Jaylen Brown, pretty solid effort, though not his usual scoring effort tonight. 21 points, did shoot pretty well from the field, though 7 of 18, not bad. 4 assists, 3 rebounds. The guy who I thought was maybe the best player on the court tonight for the Celtics, Tristan Thompson, I thought it was his best game as a member of the Celtics. He had 17 points and 10 rebounds in just 22 minutes tonight. And I want to talk about that for a second because as great as Tristan Thompson played, you didn't see him much in the second half. You didn't see him at all in the fourth quarter. So I think that's really fair to question, what the hell was going on, Brad Stevens. Thompson had his way, not just offensively against the Kings, but he was really controlling the glass as well and doing sort of whatever he wanted in the paint area. And then to not see him at all, especially when the Celtics were letting the Kings go on these runs, get back in the games, I think that's a dereliction of duty by Brad Stevens, who I've just given up trying to figure out his rotations. They don't make any sense to me anymore. When he plays guys, when he doesn't. Grant Williams against the Lakers, DNP coach's decision. The next night he plays 27 minutes and has a good game. And then the next time he doesn't play into the second half, and then he plays most of the second half. 15 minutes tonight, 5 points, missed a big free throw at the end. It doesn't make his rotations don't make any sense. If I'm confused, the players must be just absolutely baffled. I don't think Brad Stevens has a grip on who the talent is on his team, when they should play, when they shouldn't play. We're 20 games into the season now, I believe, and the rotations are still an absolute mess. Just don't make any sense. I know you've dealt with injuries, but it needs to be much crisper at this point. You had Carson Edwards come in. I think he was the first guy up the bench, and then he didn't play much at all in this. It's like trying to figure out an impossible puzzle. It makes no sense. Brad Stevens' rotations just continue to be really frustrating for fans, and I would imagine players. And I do think it's contributing to the Celtics. Right now, to me, they're just slightly above 500. They're playing like a 500 team or worse. They're just not a really good team right now. And this is a team, if they play this way, they're going to lose in the first round of the playoffs. Period. They will. And that would be a humongous failure considering the two talented superstars you have on your team in Tatum and Brown. So again, this loss, I could chalk it to a couple things. I think the rotations were really bad. I've mentioned that. I'm just going to say it again. The rotations were really bad. The Celtics were sloppy with the ball at points in time. 13 turnovers isn't a ton. The Kings only had 10, but the turnovers were bad, just ugly turnovers that really on missed passes that just had no business being thrown. Just a lot of the Celtics sort of checking out during certain times. So that was a big reason why. And obviously not having any competent point guard play when you had to play Waters and Teague and Edwards, sort of a mishmash. You just weren't, that's definitely contributed to the Celtics losing. But again, it's not a game they should have dropped. I think that you can sort of point to this trend of the Celtics losing games they shouldn't and blowing leads, especially in the second half and the fourth quarter of the games. And now it's really extended out over a long period of time here, and be frustrated with the direction this team's heading in this season, which is that of an average team. And to have you're going to have two all-star players, and to have two all-star players and play like this just isn't acceptable. It's not cutting it. The Celtics need to be better in pretty much all aspects. They just don't seem like they're having a good time. They don't seem like they are locked in. They don't seem like they have a consistent game plan, which goes to the rotations too. It's really, this is a frustrating loss, and it's not like you lost to a terrible team. It's not like you didn't put in effort, but it's these bad losses are sort of building. And I mean, unless you get like a major injection of talent with that trade exemption, or you get a really like a change in attitude or something, a wake up moment, that right now this is all trending to a first round exit. And that, I think fans should revolt about that. That's unacceptable for where the Celtics should be right now. So maybe I'm overreacting to a loss in Sacramento 20 games into the season, but I just don't like, I see some of the writing on the wall. I don't like the body language of this team. I don't like some of these losses that they've had, and I just don't see what the solution is right now. So we'll see going forward. I will talk after the Clippers game. Thanks everybody for watching. Remember to comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends, family, pets, whoever you want, ghosts if your house is haunted, or apartment. Some people live in apartments too. I don't want to exclude you. Dorm room, whatever your living situation is. And I will talk to you after the Clippers game that the Celtics now really need to get. So see you then. Thanks, everyone.